Hey guys, so last night I went and saw finally War Dogs. I know this is a few days late. I actually haven't even posted my other reviews as of right now. I gotta get around to doing that. I apologize for me taking so long to post these reviews. I just haven't had the time to do a lot of these reviews lately, but I've been very, very busy. But yeah, this was the last movie for me to catch up on before I started seeing other new movies. My plan was to go see War Dogs, and I literally saw it the last minute because uh, the showing I went to last night was the last showing my movie theater was playing of that film. So it was like, well, it's now or never. So I mean, I'm sure I'll come to the cheap theater, but I figured I'd try to go see it. Like, I don't know when it's coming to cheap theater or if it is, but I'm certain it probably will. But I was like, yeah, I want to still see it. I've been hearing good things about it. Hell, even when I was going to concession stand before seeing the movie, I a couple people they were like, "Oh, well, you go see us at War Dogs," and I said, "They're like, oh, that's a really good movie." I'm like, "All right," I've been hearing decent things about it. It was a movie that trailers wise, I got a lot of trailers for this over the last couple months, and then I thought it looked fine. It had a bunch of people I really liked. Like I like Miles Teller, I like Jonah Hill, especially Jonah Hill, and it was being directed by the guy who made Hangover, Todd Phillips. And this was kind of like a different movie for him to do, even though it was like the movie was being sold as a comedy. It looked like it was also kind of a different kind of comedy for him to do. It looked like so. I was like, all right, why not? And you know what? I know this movie's getting like middle of the road reviews. It's like a 61%. Honestly, I feel like this movie should get higher or better reviews, honestly, because I really enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. This was a pretty goddamn good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't even really think of anything to complain about. Honestly, I liked this movie better than Todd Phillips' other movies, including The Hangover. I know that's sacrilege, especially the fucking Hangover sequels. He made the Hangover sequels too. Um, this was a really good movie. It's not a movie that's like that's new and original. Not it's something like you've seen done a million times before, but it's also just a refresh. It's a really good movie. That didn't matter because it was a really good movie, and really, this movie's really well acted. Jonah Hill's been getting a lot of praise over the last couple of weeks since this movie's come out for his performance, and he deserves it. He's really good in this movie. He is playing like your stereotypical Jonah Hill character, but he's also kind of a shady person, really. Like, you can tell from the get-go there's something not right with this guy. But also he has the charm that only Jonah Hill can carry, that only Jonah Hill has. He's really good in this movie. I really, really enjoyed him in this film. I also like Miles Teller. Miles Teller is one of those guys that I've seen him on only a few things here and there. I haven't watched all of his movies. Like, I know he's been getting a lot of praise. I still haven't seen Whiplash. I know what the fuck is wrong with me, but he's a guy who I really see big things every time I see him in a movie. He's usually pretty good, except Fantastic Four. Although that was not his fault. I wouldn't give a fuck about that movie either. He looked like he didn't give a fuck, and I wouldn't either if I were him. That was just a terrible movie. That wasn't just entirely his fault, but he is really a relatable character because he's a guy who he's starts out he's a guy who's a masseuse in South Florida who dropped out of college, and he's also gets into business where he's trying to sell satin bed sheets to nursing homes, but has no success. to which I can, sympathize with that character because no, I didn't sell bed sheets. I did get into sales before, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. Anybody who goes into sales, I have a lot of respect for. And he gets this offer by Jonah Hill's character to also at the same time he's he's expecting a baby on the way with him with his girlfriend, and at that time he gets an offer from Jonah Hill to come work for him as an international arms dealer, and it's about the adventures of them going to Iraq, Albania, making all these deals, kind of being in over their heads and them not really realizing it until it's too fucking late. It's one of those movies. It's a movie like Scarface, which they reference a million times in this movie. These guys idolize Scarface to the point there's a lot of Jonah Hill's office, for fuck's sake, is the wallpaper is similar to that from Scarface. I'm sure I'm not the only one who noticed that. There's quotes from Scarface. Jonah Hill has a portrait of Tony Montana. It's a movie. I was sitting there kind of laughing to myself. It's you know what? This could have been the remake of Scarface. That you could have slapped the name Scarface on here. You know what? It would actually been a decent remake. I know everybody's speaking of that. Scarface. If you haven't heard, they're remaking that again, and I'm like, oh fuck! I'm not one of the few people that wasn't mad about that. But if this was a remake of Scarface, I'd be fine with that. It's also reminded me a lot of Wolf of Wall Street, in that it's. Like I said, the American dream success story of these guys that kind of are going into a business that they have no idea about, and they get a bit of taste of success, and they end up going in over their heads, and they end up doing some really stupid illegal things. Especially what they do with the Chinese bullets. That was fucking retarded. That was really fucking retarded. I was telling my mom after I'd seen it about this movie, and I was telling them about what happens towards the end, and she was like, "What the hell? This really did happen." That's the funny part about it, is that at the end of the day, most of this actually happened. Although I'm kind of interested in what was fabricated, but I'm sure there's a lot of this movie that was fabricated. I wouldn't doubt it. It seemed like one of those movies that fabricates a lot, but it is kind of funny, at the end of the day, that these guys were as successful as they were, because when you find out how they fucking get caught, it's just fucking stupid how they get caught. It's only their own stupidity that causes them to get caught, and they could easily got away with this they could have easily been ultra successful and not had fucking got put in jail, Jonah Hill's character ends up being put in jail. Spoiler alert, if you don't know the true story behind it. It's that maybe is one complaint of this movie, that some of the characters are kind of fucking stupid. The girlfriend, I kind of cracked up, Miles Teller has to come up with an excuse as to why he's going to start working with Jonah Hill, or why he's going to go to Iraq or anything like that. So he comes up with this really fucking absurd story that he's selling satin bed sheets. He tells his girlfriend he's selling satin bed sheets to the U.S. government so that they can use it for soldiers and stuff, and she buys it because Jonah Hill apparently she believes that Jonah Hill has connections to the government, which I was like, really? You're that fucking stupid, woman? You're that fucking stupid? I'm like, wow, really? Like I said, some of these people are kind of fucking stupid. The more I think about it, it's some of these characters were kind of stupid, but they're based off real people. yeah, like I said, it was an interesting story too. And like I said, I like that Todd Phillips did something different that he hasn't done before. I hope he kind of does stuff like this. Like I hope he you know you know starts doing a variety of comedies. This wasn't just a comedy. It is first and foremost, it is a comedy, but it has some pretty tense moments, and it has a lot of drama filled moments. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper pops up in this movie, which I already knew he was going to be in this movie because I saw him in the trailer. But he has a minor role in this movie, and he's really good in this thing. He's fucking intimidating. He's this other arms dealer. It's like the best arms dealer in the world that sells to both sides of the war. He doesn't care what side you're on. He doesn't really like American. He's also on the terrorist watch list. And that's basically how that starts their downfall, is they start working with this guy. And Bradley Cooper's fucking great. He's really good. He's actually really intimidating, too. They put him in like aviator sunglasses and make him really intimidating looking. It's kind of funny. And I love Bradley Cooper. He's a goddamn good actor. Now I like seeing him do something a little bit different like this. He hasn't done like a really intimidating role like this. I can remember. This was kind of refreshing for him to see him do a role like this. But yeah, I really highly recommend this movie. This is one of those movies I really don't have much to talk about because I don't have really anything to complain about. As far as trailers go, I only got one new trailer. I got a full trailer finally for The Accountant. God damn it, I hope this movie's good because I mentioned this in my last review, one of our last few reviews. I said I'm only going to see films that are getting well received by critics from this point forward, or getting like certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, or like a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And I hope Accountant does, as this movie looks intriguing as fuck. Like, I'm kind of interested. I'm almost like, maybe I'll just go see it just out of curiosity, even if it's not getting well received. Maybe I'll make an exception, as I have a feeling I'll do that every so often. But god damn it, this looks like kind of like I don't know what's going on. Like, Ben Affleck's like autistic, I think. And also, he's an accountant / assassin / arms dealer. What the hell is like this? The trailer makes me like really intrigued. What the hell is going on with this thing? Ben Affleck could be. It looks like he could be awesome in this. I hope he is. I love Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's really underrated. Like, this almost looks like something that he would have directed. I'm surprised it isn't. From the guy that made Warrior, Gavin O'Connor. Which he's a good director too, so I'm like, all right. But that's as far as trailers go. I'll be back in the next few days with Sully. I was going to see it yesterday, but I was too fucking tired. I will see it in the next few days. I don't know when. Just expect a review to pop up sometime of Sully. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.